So it's been 7 years and 8 months from today since we last released the Ultimate Gamers Paradise 2.0. I think it's time for an update. It's just crazy to think that that was back in 2017. Here we are in 2025, and I think we finally have a place that I feel comfortable calling the successor, but it's not done yet. We still have a lot of work to do, but I figured I'd show you guys some behind the scenes, some of the things that we're planning, maybe even grab some ideas from you guys on how we implement some of the things that we want to add here. So my idea of the Gamers Paradise is to include every aspect of gaming, right? So we've got a few down already. This section over here, and listen, don't judge. It's all a work in progress. This section right here is like our gaming PC section. Right now, we've got some of the latest Alienware Area 51 gear, but we'll come back and talk about this in a second. But this is our gaming PC area, right? And then over here with the TV, this is like the console section. So PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, all the things you play right here. Now, we even have like a little arcade. I don't know if I should add another one. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is just like, that's a must for me, but you guys let me know. You think there's another game we should add? And I wanna show you guys what we got over here too, but we got this giant light. So let me move that real quick so you guys can see better. All right, so now the light is gone. Right here we have our sim rig. Oscar is the man behind getting this all set up for us. We've done a sim rig in the past, but nothing like what I want to do here. I want this to feel like really legit. Do not judge. This is just like a placeholder. I know we need like more monitors than this. Like this is a triple monitor stand and we've only got like one right here. So don't mind the funky arms. All right, I'm gonna just say that. Now over here, this is a section I'm actually really proud of. This is our handheld section. Now, this is probably the most complete area of the Gamers Paradise so far. There's a lot here, and I'm not gonna spend too much time on it because I feel like that's close, so I don't need nobody's input. We'll talk about the other stuff. So that's the handheld section over here, and this section, I don't remember if we've ever shown just how unfinished this basement was and just how crazy it used to be back there. Trust me, it's gotten so much better. So over here behind Gene, I'm kind of thinking that we have like, I don't know, like a retro gaming section, maybe like a CRT TV or something with a bunch of old school games. And last but not least, we need like a dedicated area for like VR gaming, right? Like we need open space. Like, do you really need open space for VR still? Yeah, I'd say so. Those are like the main aspects of gaming that I'm thinking about. So you guys can see like kind of some of the thoughts that we have for back here, but there's a lot of space back there, you know? So there's something you guys think that we could be, you know, take advantage of that long space for. Right now, I have some ideas for like sets and whatnot, but I don't know, if there's a gaming thing I'm not thinking about, let me know. So one thing I wanna show you guys, right? This is our console section. We've got some consoles against the wall, which once we're done is gonna look pretty dope. But right now, I feel like the walls look a little too bare. So I'm thinking we put some kind of textured pattern on the walls, maybe hexagons or something. We also looked at like those 3D panels that you can find on like Amazon. But if there's something cool that you guys have seen online or something that you've done yourself, let me know, because I don't want to do hexagons like everywhere, right? But they make a lot of sense here, especially since we've got a bit of an ode to the old Gamers Paradise over here. If you're an OG, you might remember what that pattern looked like from the old Gamers Paradise. We try to do a little something with that here, revolve it a little bit. I still got some work to do though. We got to get this cable hidden so that it just looks clean against the wall. That's gonna be dope. We've got a lot of cleaning up to do. Like there's cables over here, there's markings on the wall. All that has to get cleaned up because it's a hot mess right now. But yeah, I'm still trying to figure it out. I feel like this whole Gamers Paradise 3.0 has been teased for so long. We just gotta come correct.
Put some time into it.
That part too. It's hard. We're about to go into iPhone season and all that. It's about to get crazy with Tech-tember. Do you think we can get this done before the summer ends? Damn, Gene. Where's the faith, bro?
Come on, guys.
All right, here's what I'll say. Before the end of the year, this place will be complete.
Yeah, that's better.
Mark my words.
What if it's not the case?
What? Oh, like
Can I have anything from here?
Gene, this guy always trying to get something. But this area, I think I'll make some changes to this also. So right now, we've got this gigantic Alienware Area 51 desktop over here. This thing's an absolute beast. It makes no sense. The airflow is nuts. It stays super quiet when you're gaming on it, but it does take up a lot of space. Now, it is sitting on the Secret Lab Magnus Pro XL desk. I mean, I've got more than enough space to work with over here, but this desk also has a desktop holder. So I might be able to adjust it and get it in there. I'll have to switch sides so that we can see all of this, but I gotta check the weight capacity on this thing first. This is a monster of a PC. It's crazy how it performs though. When you've got a desk setup this big, we have more than enough space. We have our monitor over here. It's a single monitor and we have our peripherals all around it. So I don't know if there's like a need for more real estate, but getting that lower allows us to potentially add a second monitor. But this is the second iteration of like one of my favorite gaming monitors. Let me pull the name up. This is the AW3425DW. Now, for me, the previous version of this monitor, I absolutely loved everything about that. We have 2 in the streaming room. I have 2 in my man cave. I love that monitor. And this is the second iteration. This one is an absolute beast. 240 hertz refresh rate, 0.03 millisecond response time. Absolutely insane. QD OLED is a beautiful, beautiful display. So we also have more Alienware stuff. Like I said, we got all their new things in. This is the Alienware Pro wireless keyboard, Pro wireless mouse, and the Pro wireless gaming headset. All of these are phenomenal. Like, this is a super lightweight gaming mouse. Obviously, this is a 75% a keyboard, which feels really good. And this headset, my gosh, it feels amazing. I absolutely love everything about this headset. It is super comfortable. Now, I'm still trying to make the final decision on what peripherals will stay in this section, because I do plan on doing a little bit more here, but that headset, that thing is absolutely staying. Honestly, I don't see a reason to take out the keyboard or mouse, except I like to have more buttons. So I might need like a full keyboard and I might need a mouse with a few more buttons. I don't know, but as of right now, this is like an insane setup. Super happy, but we'll see what happens with the final video. Let's take some votes. Do we keep this up here since we do have the space? Or do we bring it down below and I accessorize this area with a little bit more? I forgot about the accessories, Oscar, not just peripherals.
You're right. You make a good point.
I'm just messing with you. I don't know what, I don't even know what else we got.
That was an NPC conversation.
You're fired!
Now, one of the things I do want to add to this section is maybe some kind of rug over here, just so it's comfortable to, like, you know, be down here. With the addition of that, I will want to change the wheels on this gaming chair. So this is the Razer Esker 2, and right now it's got the standard wheels, but if you've been watching any of my videos lately, you know I love swapping out these regular wheels for those rubberized wheels. Those rubberized wheels, like, your chair just glides, especially if you're going between hardwood and carpet. If you're going between these two, it just makes it a lot easier. Absolute game changer, especially if you got different textures on the floor. So that's one thing that I'm definitely gonna be adding here. I don't have to worry about cable management so much because the Secret Lab has cable management built into the desk in the back. So you can just kind of tuck everything away here. But with a desk like this, I'll probably end up getting those long power strips so that we can plug things in across the entire desk. So I'll probably be adding one of those. It'll help with the cable management. I'm just glad I don't have to add a J Raceway to the bottom of the desk. Usually that's my go-to solution when it comes to cable management for a desk. If you guys haven't ever used one of those and you have cables going everywhere, I'll have a link down below. Definitely a game changer for keeping a clean setup. Now, we do have RGB in certain places in here. Like, obviously we have those hexagon panels up there. We've got some RGB lights on the back of the TV. So, you know, it's not just like super plain, but I feel like a lot of, I don't know, there's a lot of game rooms and like battle stations that have like RGB strips going across the entire room or something like that. I think we could do it, but it has to be tasteful. It has to be diffused. So let me let you guys in on a little secret. There are RGB strips where you can completely see the nodes, which means, you know, when you have the strips and then you can see the little light dots like this. Yes, Good call, Oscar. Where this, if the light strips are showing, that's not what you want. If they're not showing and they're facing like the wall, that's fine because you're just projecting the light onto the wall. That's all you need to see. But if we do light strips, like in the corners or something where they're super visible, they've gotta be diffused. And there's some pretty good options out there. I'll also include those down below, but those will allow it to just look like a strip of light and not a bunch of those little dots. Oscar actually had this really funny idea. So we got these giant boxes up top that we couldn't avoid. And he's like, we should paint these to look like
The Mario blocks.
the Mario blocks. Imagine just, but that's actually a genius idea. I don't think it fits the decor, but it's genius for a game room. Maybe we do it on that side with the retro area. Now, while we're on the topic of lights, it's easy to go crazy with RGB strips everywhere and that kind of thing. But when you got like a big TV like this, and you want to have RGB strips in the background or something, you got to consider what's in front of here. So on the opposite side of this TV, the plan was to maybe add some kind of light strips over here, but those lights will show up on your TV as you're watching content. And it'd probably get really annoying to have to turn off any lights that might reflect on your TV as you're gaming or watching content. So something to keep in mind if you're working on like your own setup. So I feel like I have sort of an idea of what I want to do visually in here. Sound wise though, I actually went with like a sound bar. So in the audio department, you would think like a big setup like this, maybe like a home theater. I think this is more than enough. So this is the Sony Bravia Theater Bar 9. So we've got a Dolby Atmos bar here. So speakers up top, speakers up front. And in a room like this, where we don't have high ceilings, this is gonna be perfect for that Atmos. Audio is going to be able to bounce very easily up here. And we have it paired with some Sony rear speakers as well. So these are also Dolby Atmos. If you have a dedicated home theater area, depending on how high your ceilings are, maybe you might wanna get into something more dedicated, like an actual home theater system. But this will give you that home theater experience if you have like that more confined space, like what we're working with here. So I'm actually really happy with this choice, and with the sub that goes with it, you guys, it gets crazy in here. But overall, that's kind of where we are so far. Now, you might be wondering, Judd, why does one need a console area, a gaming PC area? Like there's a lot of overlap, right? Well, my mindset is just like kind of like the mood you're in, right? So if I want a casual gaming experience where I can play online, I can play solo, I just want to chill, have fun, boom, I'm looking at the consoles. This is where I'm gaming. Now, if I want something a little bit more serious, a little bit more competitive, or maybe I want the best visual experience, then I'm looking over at the gaming PC side of things. The sweats play on the PCs. You get the best graphics on this side. So it all depends on the mood you're in. If you want like a dedicated racing experience, you go to a simulator, like you get the idea. But if you're wondering about like overlap, that's the thought process for me on why I kind of have these close but separate. But nonetheless, here we are. You guys, give me your thoughts. Anything I should change, anything I should add, anything am I forgetting? Let me know with a comment down below. I know I've built this crazy community of techies and gamers, so you guys let me know your thoughts. I think it's valuable. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Like I said, this place is going to be done by the end of the year, and it's going to be a crazy video. I'll catch you guys later. Peace. Oh, they didn't even see what we got over there. Yeah, they don't gotta know about that.